Hi guys, my name's Hurricane Morphe, and today I'm going to be telling you some stuff about my Fursona, my time in the fandom, and just general facts about my Fursona. First off, I'm an Australian fursuiter living in Perth. That's about here on the map. Pretty much I found out about furries in 2018, in September I think. So I was like in my mum's car as we were driving to the hospital to see my gran. And I had my phone. I'd recently bought like the Samsung S9, sorry. I had it on the window just looking at all the trees going past. Pretty much what happened was I did that for about 10 to 15 minutes, and eventually we drove past the Perth foreshore, and there were about maybe 20 or 30 furries just having a barbecue. So we drove past these furries, and I'm like, look at those fucking furries. Then I ended the recording, we went to the hospital, caught up with Gran, and everything was dandy. While I was at the hospital, I watched that video back, and I watched it back maybe 10, 20, maybe 30 times, and I eventually cut it down to just when we were passing the furries. So it's about a 6-7 second clip, and that became my live wallpaper. So every time I would open my phone, I would just see furries just going past my phone. A week after this, of having it as my wallpaper, I was watching some videos by The Odd One Is Out. Surely you've seen his videos. But yeah, I basically was watching one of his videos and I saw, I can't find it. I tried so hard to find it. It's killed me to look for it. There was a Fursona for like 2 seconds. But I went back, I screenshotted it. I zoomed in, screenshotted, zoomed in until it was just that like 1x1 tile, and I had that saved in my gallery, so I'm like, this is cool. And then I went online and basically found out about Majira Strawberry. I think I watched every one of his videos. Like I spent 2 or 3 days just watching them all, and I fell in love. I was like, I want to be a fursuiter, I want a YouTube channel, like I just want to be posting these adorable videos. Pretty much, I watched all these videos. I found out about Bakari. I've watched most of her videos. I absolutely love her videos. I pretty much like printed out a photo of Majira and like stuck it on my wall. Same thing with Bakari and like 20 other suits, because I'm like, these suits look adorable. I love them. And then they all got taken down eventually because I'm not having those on my wall. I can't show people that I'm a furry. But yeah, I went through a small phase of like, I just wanted furry stuff all over my wall. Like, there was like A4 pieces of paper just everywhere. I think I decided to create my own Fursona. The beautiful fursuit you're looking at right now. I think I spent maybe 3 or 4 hours designing Hurricane. I knew I wanted I knew I wanted to do purple, white and grey. So I love my purple, I love my blue. And I went through maybe 5 or 6 iterations of this design until I got to the one that you're looking at now. About a month after I got my ref sheet done, I drew that myself. I'll put that up here, I guess. It looks ugly, but yeah. I was like, I want a fursuit. I want one of these things. I want to be a fluffy animal, and I went on a hunt looking for fursuit makers. I found like Wild Dog Works, TMC, and eventually stumbled across Loop Suits. And I fell in love with the like toony art style, the big eyes, and just how adorable they look. So I'm like, I want that thing. So I sent her a message on Fur Affinity, and like the next day she was like, you've got a slot. And I'm like, here, take all my money. Because she had a very long queue. Like a lot of people wanted suits, so there was like a long list of people. So I knew I was very far, like next year, possibly the year after. The same year I heard about Fur Out West, and it was the second convention they were hosting. I was like, I want to go to this. I want to see what it's all about and, see what it's like. So I bought my ticket, I bought a friend a ticket, and my mum a ticket. So I bought 3 tickets. I believe I got like super sponsor or whatever one I got. I wanted the most expensive one because I wanted to be in the book so that I can have my name in it. When I open it, I'm like, that's me. I helped support this convention. Convention for me kind of was good and bad. I really enjoyed it. I got to see some really adorable fursuits. I got to film the fursuit walk, and I feel I made quite a nice video. Like, it's bad now. It's fucking awful. And the downside of that con was that I just had way too much anxiety. Like, I'm glad I went with a friend. That was the good thing. If I didn't go without my friend, that would not have been a good convention. I would have just seized up, had a panic attack, and I would have broken down, which I actually did on the last day. I really broke down, and we just had to leave. I think we jumped straight to Fur Out West 2.5. So Fur Out West 3 was scheduled for like more than a year ahead of Fur Out West 2. So the people who run Fur Out West were like, let's do a mini con, like a single day, like in between the two conventions to like make it easier on everybody. So it was only going for a single day. I went to it. I got 2 buses and a train and walked about 30 minutes to get to it. And I was there for maybe 2 or 3 hours. I saw some like nice fursuiters that I saw at Fur Out West. I wanted to talk to people, but I couldn't. I was too anxious, and I didn't feel like I was fitting in. I had a serious panic attack and just went out to like the little room where they had everyone's bags and all that, and just kind of cried there for a little bit. And then I had someone come in and ask if I was okay, and I said I'm fine. And then shortly after, I packed up and I left. I went home and just cried because I'm like, I wish I could have stayed there and actually had fun and interacted with people, but I broke down. I couldn't control my anxiety. So after that, we had the 3rd convention. So this was the biggest convention in Australia. If you haven't heard about it, it's called Furdu. It's been cancelled this year due to COVID. But yeah, I was lucky enough to get my ticket in time for that convention. I booked my flights, booked my hotel room, like, I had everything ready. And I went there, and I went there with the mentality that it was going to be a good convention. And I'm pretty sure that was the worst convention I've gone to. Don't get me, it would have been a fantastic convention, but I wasn't in the right mentality, and I broke down every night and just stayed in my room. I went on the floor maybe 6 or 7 times during the entire time I was there, and every time I was like against the wall, like, I don't know, I was so shy, and I couldn't control my anxiety. And now that I've gotten it under control, I feel so much better. It is such a relief being able to actually just go to a con and not die. Yeah, then I think we jumped to the 4th convention. So this was Fur Out West 3. No. Neon Fur, sorry. It was Neon Fur. Neon Fur, for me, was the most beautiful and chilled out, and it was the best convention I've gone to, because I had so much fun there. I've met my my partner with me. I met him there. It was such a good convention. And the videos that I filmed there, and I've edited it and uploaded, they bring, especially the, what was it called? I feel bad for forgetting. It was the Neon Fur 2019 Border Fursuit Walk. No, 28, huh? Yeah, 2019. That video brings me to tears every time I watch it. And it's because I was filming all these beautiful, adorable fursuiters at the like big triangle things that like, I don't know what they are. The big triangle the border meet. But I filmed that, and I was brought to tears when I put all that footage together, because we got such a good like response from like just people that were walking around. Can't thank Bakari and Keebs enough for putting on such a fucking good convention. It was so chilled out. There was still enough to do if you wanted to do stuff, and it was so good. That convention single-handedly like fixed my anxiety. Like I'm good now. It's so good. That video makes me very emotional when I watch it, because I knew that I was so happy at this time, and I get to rewatch that whenever I want. After that convention, yeah, I guess I went to Fur Out West 3, the most recent convention that I've gone to, that convention was really exciting for me because I got a package the day the convention started. And I'm like, alright, I'm ready, let's go. So I put the box in the car and we drove the hour to the convention. And when I got there, I met Forks Films. So he's another furry YouTuber. He lives over east. He's got a YouTube channel and he puts out some really good videos. I was lucky enough to meet up with him and he helped me film my fursuit unboxing video. So he helped me unbox this beautiful boy. But sadly, due to an error on my behalf, I deleted that footage while trying to move it to my computer. That convention was very good. Fursuiting for the first time was fucking amazing. It was great. Like, I went out suiting with Forks and Fen and like 3 or 4 other fursuiters, and we went to the foreshore about 5 minutes away from the hotel, and there's just kids and like people walking past, and the kids would come up to you and be like, oh my god, what is that? And you'd see all the fursuiters like leaning down, giving them high fives and like being all like excited and fluffy and adorable, and I just started crying. I was bawling my eyes out, having children coming up to me and just being in awe at the fact that there's a giant purple, grey and white wolf like standing in front of them, and like I was giving them hugs and high fives. Children are gonna see this and they're gonna go, that's a giant wolf, and they're never gonna forget that. This is creating experiences for people that they're not gonna forget and that I'm not gonna forget. Yeah, so we got some photos with more just people walking around, and yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I will be attending this year's convention, WAF. It's in, I think, 6 days. Yeah, it's in 6 days. Before I end this video, I want to give a special thank you to someone. Thank you, Ryu, because without your generosity, I wouldn't have the SSD that this camera is recording to right now. For anyone who's wondering, I'm filming on the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera 4K. And I made the mistake of buying the new, like, Samsung T7. Because I'm like, it's a great hard drive, it's double the speed, it's Samsung, it should be compatible, right? Well, no, and I realized after purchasing it that, oh, this isn't compatible, and it doesn't work. So, I can't film anything. And the worst part is that I realized that this doesn't work after I had filmed, like, a fursuit walk in Armadale. There hasn't been a fursuit walk in Armadale for years, and the fact that it happened here, like 2 minutes away from my house, I'm like, I'm going to that. I am filming that. I had my easy rig on, I had my big camera, like the Ronin M and all that crap, and it was really kitted out. I had like a big belt pack with like lead acid batteries, and I was fully kitted out, filming and getting some like really cool shots, and then to come home and find out that, oh, everything's corrupt, and there's like maybe 2 or 3 frames of every video, and the only video that I do have is a 4-second video of me pulling focus on the bathroom that was in front of us, so that I could like, you know, have a reference point and start filming stuff. So I was really upset, but honestly, thank you so much, Ryu, for going out of your way and buying me this hard drive, or SSD, sorry, but I'm really going to utilize it. I'm so glad that I have it now. Thank you. And I just want to thank everyone else. Like, everyone I've met at Neon Fur, especially my boyfriend. Hi, I love you. And everyone that I've met, and the friends that I've met at Fur at West 3, that I'm still friends with today, that I'm roommates with. One of them is in my room right now. I live with him. We're going to be rooming together at WAF. I hope to see you guys there. So thank you everyone who has been a part of my life in the fandom and has made it so much better than it started off being. Couldn't have done it without you guys, especially you, Matthew. I love you so much. Without you helping me get on the floor at the FurryCon and over my anxiety, I would not be here where I am now. So thank you so much. I love you. And everyone, like, there's COVID going around, so like, stay safe, have fun, and I'll see you guys at that. So I'll talk to you guys in a future episode, possibly the Flash videos that I'll be filming. So I'll talk to you guys in another episode, and I hope you've enjoyed this really long video. Alright, bye bye.